Work hard in silence, let your success make all the noise. It is rightly said if we take into the consider the Indian economy. While the world was busy targeting India for rising cases and dipping economy, India was busy reconstructing the health and economic infrastructures. Well, the fruits have reaped now. India has not only successfully beaten the pandemic, but has also risen up again as the fastest growing economy in the world, leaving its nemesis China far, far behind. Hi and welcome, you're watching TFI English, the national and socio-political analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm your host Tribhuvan, and in this video I will tell you how India is securing first place in the race of economic growth while China has been left far behind. Let's begin. Despite the devastating second wave of COVID-19, Indian economic growth touched a milestone in the July-September quarter by clocking a better than expected 8.4% GDP growth. With the new GDP numbers, India has crossed the pre-pandemic levels and is well to set retain the tag of the world's fastest growing economy. As the Indian economy soars, China is looking at an economic lull. Official data released by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry stated that the combined output of 8 core industries had surged by 7.5% in October as compared to the same period last year. Sakshi Gupta, a senior economist, was quoted as saying by the Reuters, the GDP growth for Q2 at 8.4% confirms that the economy gained traction in the second quarter. On the supply side, agriculture growth provided support along with the pickup in service sector growth at 10.2% as contact-intensive services improved along with financial and real estate sectors. Meanwhile, according to data released by CCP, China grew 4.9% in July to September from earlier, the weakest pace since the third quarter of 2020 and slowing from 7.9% in the second quarter. Unlike China, India's growth numbers were propelled by increased production of natural resources such as coal. The combined index of 8 core industries stood at 136.2 in October 2021, which increased by 7.5% provisional as compared to the index of October 2020. The production of coal, natural gas, refinery products, fertilizers, steel, cement and electricity industries increased in October 2021 over the corresponding period of last year. As reported by TFI, presently China is facing a serious shortfall of coal. Last year, Beijing had imposed an unofficial ban on Australian coal, which immediately led to the southern provinces in the communist nation going down. China is the biggest coal consumer in the world. The communist nation still consumes over 56% of coal as a part of its total energy consumption. Fossil fuel is the most vital part of China's energy security. Such a high concentration of thermal power in China means that any decline in coal supply hurts its ability to generate sufficient electricity. Moreover, as a direct repercussion of the scarcity of non-renewable material, China has been forced to shut down everything from aluminium smelters to textiles and even food processing units like soybean plants. It hasn't helped China's cause that its president Xi Jinping has been cracking down on the big tech companies of the country, all the while keeping a blind eye towards the massive crash in the real estate sector with the bankruptcy of Evergrande. This is the second successive quarter where India's GDP growth has posted excellent numbers. As reported by TFI, amid the sullen faces of the armchair left liberal economists, India's GDP grew at a record pace of 20.1% in the first quarter of financial year 22, the highest ever GDP growth in a single quarter. Moreover, as announced by Union Finance Minister on 1st of December, the GST collection for the month of November stood at Rs 1,31,526 crore, which is 25% higher than the GST revenues in the same month last year and 27% over 2019 to 2020. As reported by TFI in October, even global credit rating agency Moody's revised the outlook for the Indian banking sector to stable from negative. The credit agency said, "We have revised the outlook for the Indian banking system to stable from negative. The deterioration of asset quality since the onset of the coronavirus pandemic has been moderate, and an improving operating environment will support asset quality. Declining credit cost as a result of improving asset quality will lead to improvements in the profitability." Reportedly, the agency believes that aided by a stable banking sector, India's economy will continue to recover miraculously in the next 12 to 18 months, with GDP growing 9.3% in the fiscal year ending March 2022 and 7.9% in the following year. Even after a devastating second wave of the pandemic, the Modi government has managed to wade through the testing waters and is now reaping the rewards for it. the record GST collections, stabilizing banking sectors, and last but not the least, the growing GDP numbers are indicators that the economy is coming out of the pandemic rather brilliantly. The best part is that there is still a whole lot of room left for the government to bring its sweeping reforms and clock the new astronomical numbers.